going to read some classic tales about Brer Rabbit and his friends. Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit. Let's see. And it was the hottest day of the year on the old plantation. It was so hot that the potatoes underground were nearly cooked in their skins. Brer Fox sat at home, trying to cool himself off with a willow branch. He sat there waving the branch at his face, desperately working to get a breeze going. But he was working up more of a sweat than a breeze, so there he was sitting, sweating and waving and thinking. It was the thinking that finally got Brer Fox upset. He was trying to remember the cooler days in life, the days when he was relaxed and calm and well and cool. He thought that if he could remember those days, it might help him to cool himself down now. Trouble is, he couldn't remember a day like that recently. In fact, he couldn't even remember such a day in the past 6 months. He's always been upset and irritable, and there was only one reason why. Brer Rabbit. Brer Fox couldn't remember a relaxing day since Brer Rabbit had been around. Well, maybe it was the heat, and maybe it was the thinking, but Brer Fox decided then and there that he had had enough. He decided that it was his turn to show Brer Rabbit who he was dealing with. Brer Fox threw aside the willow branch and went out to his shed. He took out a bucket of tar and a can of turpentine and mixed them together. What he got was a large black glob, stickier than honey and smellier than a dozen skunks. Then he took the glob in the bucket, grabbed an old straw hat, a white comb, and a couple of white buttons, and walked the mile to the main road. When he got to the main road, Brer Fox dumped the glob out onto a large log right in the center of the road. He put the hat on top of the glob, shoved the 2 buttons in for eyes, stuck the comb in for a grinning mouth, and his masterpiece was ready. The tar baby was born. Brer Fox smiled a sneaky smile and laughed low. Then he went into the bushes nearby and waited for Brer Rabbit. He knew that Brer Rabbit would come along eventually. It was hot, and Brer Rabbit would have to pass this way to get to the well. By and by, Brer Rabbit came down the road, walking and skipping, lippity-clippity, lippity-clippity, toward the well. He's just as sassy as a jaybird, Brer Fox thought to himself. I can't wait until he gets his. Brer Rabbit made his way happily down the road until he saw Tar Baby sitting on the log. Now, Brer Rabbit was crafty, but he was also a friendly creature, always greeting everyone who passed by his way, especially strangers. And he didn't recognize the figure in front of him. Brer Rabbit walked up and stuck out his hand. Good morning, stranger. It is hot enough for you, Brer Rabbit said in the friendliest greeting voice. The Tar Baby just sat there, smiling, and didn't say a word. Brer Fox kept lying low in the bushes. Brer Rabbit tried again. I said, good morning. How are you doing? Brer Fox squinted his eyes to see better and lay low, and the Tar Baby didn't say a word. Brer Rabbit was getting overheated. What's the matter with you? Are you deaf? He shouted. The Tar Baby smiled, silent and still, and Brer Fox lay low. You're mighty stuck up. That's what the matter is, said Brer Rabbit. His fiery face turned red with anger. And I'm going to unstick you unless you answer me real soon, if you get my meaning. Brer Fox swallowed his laughter, and the Tar Baby didn't make a sound. That's it, spat Brer Rabbit. I'm going to have to teach you a lesson. If you don't take off your hat to say howdy, I'm going to bust you right open. Well, needless to say, the Tar Baby didn't speak, and he didn't remove his hat. Brer Rabbit figured he put up with this long enough. He had greeted this stranger like a friend, and had been treated like an enemy. Brer Rabbit drew back his fist, and with all his might he swung straight for the Tar Baby's head. Whack! Well, his fist went right into the tar baby and got stuck. Brer Rabbit pulled back, but the tar baby wouldn't let go. "If you don't let loose," said Brer Rabbit, "I'll knock you again." The tar baby didn't let loose, and Brer Rabbit drew back his other hand and swung again. Now both hands were stuck, and the tar baby still didn't say a word, and Brer Fox kept on lying low. Brer Rabbit pulled and tugged, but he couldn't get away. "Turn me loose before I kick the stuffing out of you," he said. The tar baby didn't answer, so Brer Rabbit kicked him with his right foot, which got stuck. He kicked him again with his left foot, stuck again. As if he hadn't had enough, Brer Rabbit yelled that if the tar baby didn't let him loose, he'd butt him right in the head. The tar baby didn't, so Brer Rabbit butted him, and now his forehead was also stuck. Oh no! What a mess. Brer Fox was done lying low. He got up from the bushes, sauntered out, just as innocent as a newborn pup. "Howdy, Brer Rabbit," said Brer Fox. "You look sort of stuck up this morning." Then Brer Fox burst into laughter and rolled on the ground, laughing until he couldn't laugh anymore. Brer Rabbit just sat there stuck, and the tar baby sat there grinning and didn't say a word. By the time Brer Fox stopped laughing, a full hour had passed. Brer Rabbit didn't say anything throughout the whole laughing episode. He didn't want to give Brer Fox the pleasure of hearing him complain. By and by, Brer Fox began to realize that this was more than a good practical joke he'd pull. This was the opportunity of a lifetime, a moment that he could not let go to waste. This was Brer Fox's chance to get rid of Brer Rabbit once and for all. Brer Fox sat on a stump by the side of the road, stroking his chin, and thinking out loud. Brer Rabbit just sat there stuck. There wasn't much else he could do. "Well, I suspect I've got you this time, Brer Rabbit," Brer Fox said finally. Brer Rabbit could have looked a little bit frightened if he could have, but his face was stuck on the tar baby, so he couldn't move. Brer Fox kept on speaking. "You've been acting like the boss of this whole plantation for too long now. Well, I think it's finally time the boss was replaced." Brer Fox let out a chuckle. "The best thing of all is that you got yourself where you are now. Nobody asked you to get stuck, but you're always sticking your ears into somebody else's business. Now you're stuck for good." With that, Brer Fox got up and brushed off his fur. "Now don't you go anywhere until I get back. I'm going to search for some kindling, and when I get back I'm going to have myself a little rabbit barbecue." Brer Rabbit had to think fast. He shifted his eyes to the left, looking for a way out. Nothing over there. He shifted his eyes to the right, and there he saw his answer. There, not 20 yards away, was a prickly briar patch. It was just the kind of briar patch that would get the tar off of his fur. If he could only get himself into the briar patch. Brer Rabbit knew he had to get into that patch. It was the only chance. But he would have to trick Brer Fox. Then Brer Rabbit had an idea. I don't care what you do with me, Brer Fox, as long as you don't fling me into that briar patch over there," said Brer Rabbit, pleading. Brer Fox didn't answer right away. He was having a hard time finding any sticks for kindling. "Well, it looks like you lucked out, Brer Rabbit," said Brer Fox, eventually coming out of the brush. "I can't find any kindling to make a fire, so I guess I'll have to hang you." He began digging in his pocket for rope. "Hang me as high as you please," said Brer Fox, and "Hang me as high as you please, Brer Fox," said Brer Rabbit, "but just don't fling me into the briar patch." Now he sounded a bit weepy. Brer Fox dug deep into his pockets and came up empty. "Well, I'm out of rope," said Brer Fox, "so I guess I'll have to drown you." Brer Fox began looking around for a nearby river or pond. "Drown me if you must, sink me deep as you want, Brer Fox," said Brer Rabbit, "but please, please, please don't throw me into that briar patch." Now Brer Fox could find no water. He was getting a bit frustrated. "I can't see any water around here," said Brer Fox. This was Brer Rabbit's chance. "Do whatever you like, Brer Fox," said Brer Rabbit. "Leave me here to starve. Thrash me good, tickle me to death even, but please, if you have any kindness in your cold fox's heart, please don't throw me into the briar patch." Brer Fox took the bait like a hungry trout. "Aha! So you don't want me to throw you into the briar patch? Well, I'm afraid I'm out of time, and you're out of luck, so the briar patch it is." So Brer Fox picked up Brer Rabbit and the tar baby and flung them both head over heels, ears over feet, into the briar patch, just like Brer Rabbit wanted. When Brer Rabbit struck the bushes, a huge cloud of dust and briars flew up into the air, and the briars prickled Brer Rabbit quite a bit, but they stuck themselves to the tar baby, and soon Brer Rabbit became completely unstuck from the tar baby. Woohoo! Meanwhile, Brer Fox stood looking over the briar patch, trying to see what had happened to Brer Rabbit. Finally, the dust settled. Brer Fox looked closer. To his surprise, all that was left in the briar patch was the tar baby completely covered in briars. And I told you not to throw me in there, called a voice. Brer Fox turned quickly to see Brer Rabbit calling to him. "Maybe next time you'll listen," Brer Rabbit said, and with that, Brer Rabbit headed for home to clean the rest of the tar out of his fur. Hippity hoppity, flippity cloppity, all the way home.